CPS took my neighbor's kids last week. Here's what I wish she knew beforehand. She had no clue what her rights were and completely panicked. That's exactly what you can't do. The difference between keeping your kids and losing them comes down to being prepared. There's this book, Stay Calm, CPS is Coming, that breaks down everything you need to know. Education isn't just power, it's protection. Grab it on Amazon or check cpsbreakingnews.com. Don't wait until it's your door they're knocking on.
We live in a land paid for by blood, a country that was built up from sticks and mud. Our ancestors crossed 1,000 miles over the ocean, leaving behind a past that was negative emotion. When they first sighted land, they all jumped overboard and swam. They couldn't believe they were living in freedom. The government they once had didn't need them. It was tough during the first days, figuring this strange land. Many grouped together and started a plan. They knew they needed something to keep them in line. This is when they wrote the Constitution, man, it was divine. A bunch of men agreeing ever lost their mind. They gave us all our freedom, one amendment at a time. And when they finished writing, 39 men had to sign. We have freedom, you can't take away. The Constitution guarantees that. So take your false authority and go the fuck away. The next 200 years came with a price. A bunch of men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice. They did it for the people alive today. You don't hear very many taking 3 times to say thank you, whoever you are, who gave your life, and for their families left on earth alone for their life. Thank you for your gift, the life that you gave. It lets us live as free men. Oh, glory we will wave. Now we are here in 2025, a year led by selfishness. It's no surprise the government is taking over. It's a friggin' mess. Our kids are being taken by people who must be diseased. Who the hell gave them that power? These actions need to cease. So listen up, you voted officials, we are here to say you need to pay attention to issues, because we aren't going away. We come bearing the Constitution, we'll recite it if we may. We the people is how it begins. The words that follow, you can fill them in, because they are true as they were meant to be. You're taking our freedoms one at a time. No one's paying attention except for us reciting these lines. You don't get to take away the rights we were given. Taking away our children should get you in prison. I'm not messing around, it's no laughing matter. Give our children freedom, or feel your teeth shatter. We are the ones who make the decisions. You lost track of your job, we're here to petition. This is your final chance. America doesn't need to fight a civil war. We just need you politicians to hit the door. So do the right thing and leave this city of Washington, or turn things around, give us something to fall again. Give us back our children, not one at a time. We all want them back home all Brenda used to walk these streets with pride. Her husband Chris, a patriot by her side. But the weight of the world came crashing down when the government tried to take the ground. They stole Chris away, said he was a threat, left Brenda alone with words of regret. CPS came knocking, took her children too. But Brenda stood tall, like the sky so blue. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through. Every day she fights for what's been lost, pays the price, bears the cost. Whispers of hope through a podcast wave, telling her story, she'll be brave. In the heartland, they know her name, her struggle, her passion, her undying flame. Today, she'll hold them tight, Chris and kids in the morning light. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through.
Howdy, howdy. Oh, I thought I would never be back again, but I'm bringing it back tonight. And yeah, we're doing a little late night. So this is actually the eve of my daughter's birthday. Well, for Eastern time, it won't be long. She was born on September 10th, and she's going to be 22. So I see in the comments, no, I have not seen movie Down Periscope. Are you saying Periscope, or is that a misspelling? Balls to the Walls, boys, PJ. Is it an old one, or are you talking about new? Because if it's new, I haven't seen. What's the last movie I seen? Did y'all, again, I am a real fan of watching a freaking good movie. Like, never thought when I was younger, I didn't think I liked the science fiction, but my husband did and Chris did, and so I began to see, that was good too. I mean, it's sometimes good, guys, like I say, really, even as a therapeutic thing, is to, keep your mind, occupied with a good movie. I like a funny movie. I can tell you that. I like to see something funny. I got to tell you, I did a video. I don't know if I got the whole thing on the video I did with that Greg Gutfeld. I don't know if you guys watch them. And yeah, it's talking about this guy in Canada that was defending his home and himself with a knife, and somehow that guy was charged, for the attack on this intruder. It was a crazy thing. And then they do an after meeting, and it's showing this gut photo, but it's true. The police officer was telling a group of old people, like, must have come for this meeting, and they're telling them, well, just leave your keys by the door, because all they're trying to do is they're going to want the keys to your car, and then you won't worry about not getting hurt or something like that. And Gutfeld says, well, yeah, and also I can leave my bedroom door open so that, and then have my pants down and have my butt sticking out there. I just thought that was so hilarious. Yeah, I wanted to do a little short about it. And sometimes, even though I do, different things when I do my shorts, and I do, these videos about current events, um, because, sometimes I feel like, um, I want to get some attention. I want to get some attention towards me because I have a situation that I need help with, and that's, my family being taken away from me. So, and that's what I believe. You got to make the noise to the right people, though, and they'll do anything to stop you from telling the truth. They will lock you up. They will put you in a pod, or in a prison that doesn't even have air conditioning, you know, or they can take away your sunglasses and all this stuff that are actually prescription, and say after a year and a half that he's been gone, Chris is like, oh, can't have his glasses now. So Chris, yeah, you want to tell everyone what's going on with you, because um, she had some awesome information about, Chris got some information, some files. And it's always good. You guys try to get, whatever, um, along the way throughout your case. You should be provided all the petitions and everything, and all the notes from, like, any visits. If they take notes, you should have that available to you. The only time that they can stop that, of course, I'm thinking about this. The only time they can stop that is if your rights are terminated, I believe. But, I just don't understand how they do that with the medical. Like, okay, so, you're gonna now I'm gonna take your kids, and now you're gonna be responsible for all the things that a parent would do. Like take your kid to the dentist or the doctor. And I know, like, my daughter always used to have a hard time at the dentist, and I couldn't imagine her having to go to the dentist without, like, me and dad there, because, like, we'd be like coaching her all through it. She just had, like, this fear of the dentist. You need to get an audit done on your case. I don't even know what that means. Wet plants. I'm gonna make a note of it. I'm like Darren. I got my notebook. But do I have a pen? I did have one. I actually had a pencil just a minute ago, but I should be able to remember that because I heard somebody else talking about that as well. So what has been going on with you guys? It's been a couple weeks, I think, since busy I've been. I was thinking about how that's also what's in the news about that girl. She was Ukrainian. She was here legally and all this. She thought she'd come to America for a better life, and some criminal that, like, had been arrested like 13 times or something like this, where they had zero bond. And then, even though they're murderers, they just let them back out in the streets. And then this is what happens again, or they have this violent history. That's why it just doesn't make any sense to me how somebody with no violent history really doesn't socialize with anybody but, like, his immediate family, like my what I'm talking about, my husband. And then to say, hey, you're going to have to stay in prison because there's a judge that's paranoid, that she has to look over her shoulder because she doesn't know if somebody's going to harm her. Why would somebody harm you that's never harmed even a fly or a spider? I'm like, what? It just feels like I'm in some type of science fiction movie, guys. It really does. And if you've ever seen that Mickey 17, or I heard there's a book, but I think the book is called Mickey 15, whatever, I would encourage you guys to check it out. Now they want to give, I'm sorry, they want to go to the TFI office. I got a ride on Friday. That's right, you got this going on Friday. And see what happened, and we will do that, and we did it last time. Okay, so the same thing. It's just going to be like once a week. Is this going to happen? Because that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited about it, Chris. This is going in the right direction, okay? And before you know it, I know your son's going to be sad when you have to leave, but eventually he's going to stop being so emotional. The same thing happened to my son. I'm telling you, he was, quite a bit older than your son, but my son was 10. And like the first 3 times that we saw him after they were taken away, he just cried and finally during the whole visit, then he finally calmed down, and guess what? The visit was over, and then he started crying again. So it was like, oh my God. What county and state am I in? Well, I can tell you the crimes against my family happened in Dixie County, Florida. It was Cross City is where they have this third circuit. Actually, it's Swanee. It's some other places as well. Perry is involved with this third district. If you looked up Jeffrey Sigmeister or Michael Osteen, in 2022, they were the county and state attorney for that region where my husband ran for sheriff and all. But it's just unbelievable. But we're living out here, okay, since we've been in Louisiana for 6 some years or something, okay, but nowhere near Florida, nothing like that. I'm living in Eunice, Louisiana. Eunice. And it's a nice little place to be. And it seems to me like I say, I think Louisiana is a family-oriented state. It's, God forbid, I'm so upset that we didn't get to Louisiana sooner than we did, and we could have skipped Florida altogether. I'd like to be off on a sailboat with my kids like that. What was that one movie? Was it Last Date or something like that?
Okay, picture this. You make a pretty crude cartoon in Louisiana. You post it online, and the next thing you know...
Okay, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I did say that we were going to have something special going on there. And this is it, guys. Darren put something together.
This is just for you, Brenda. You ready?
Okay. We're ready.
You're being sentenced in a Florida courtroom. This isn't some law school hypothetical. It's a real case, and it's forcing us all to ask a really fundamental question. In an age where everything's online, where do a state's laws actually begin and end? So, what got us here? It all started with this one video. In it, a cartoon version of a man named Christopher Cameron goes after a cartoon version of a Florida judge he was angry with. And while that's happening, a narrator says this exact line. Now, you can imagine, language that direct and inflammatory got the attention of law enforcement, and fast. And the result of that video? A conviction in Florida for making an electronic threat, leading to a sentence of 15 years in prison. Yeah, 15 years. But as shocking as that sentence is, it's not even the most complicated part of this case. The real legal battle is about whether Florida even had the right to prosecute him in the first place. And that is the million-dollar question, right? If the guy made the video and hit upload while he was in Louisiana, how on earth does a court in Florida get to weigh in? This is the first and maybe the most straightforward pillar of his appeal. So let's start right there with jurisdiction. Cameron's appeal is essentially saying that Florida was way out of its lane and had absolutely no legal authority to put him on trial. What this really boils down to is a fight over what the word post... posting even means legally. Cameron's argument is simple. The crime was the act of posting, and that act was finished the second he hit the button in Louisiana. End of story. But Florida's argument is, well, way bigger. They're saying that when you post online, you're posting everywhere at once. And because the result of the crime, the judge actually seeing it and feeling threatened, happened in Florida, that gives them jurisdiction. Now, that whole jurisdiction question is a really big problem for the prosecution. But Cameron's appeal has a second line of attack, and honestly, this one might be even more powerful. It's about a bizarre and, his lawyers say, unconstitutional deal that was made over how the jury should be instructed. And this is where the case gets really fascinating from a legal strategy point of view. During the trial, the two sides made a deal, a little quid pro quo. But now, that very same deal is being called a violation of Cameron's constitutional rights. And the state's defense? They're basically saying, hey, your lawyer agreed to it. They call it an invited error. So what is this invited error doctrine? It's a pretty standard legal idea. It just means you can't complain later about a mistake if your own lawyer asked for it or agreed to it during the trial. You know, you can't set a trap and then be mad when it works. It's a powerful shield for the state, but Cameron's appeal is trying to argue that this shield shouldn't work when we're talking about something as fundamental as the First Amendment. So let's break down exactly how this went down. It was a classic horse trade in the courtroom. The defense attorney wanted the judge to tell the jury they could see the cartoon as crude hyperbole, protected speech. The prosecutor said, okay, you can have that, but in return, I get to add some words to the definition of what a true threat is. That change made it way easier to get a conviction. And when the judge asked if everyone was on board, the defense lawyer said, yes, judge. And just like that, the deal was done. And this one little change was a really big deal. Just look at the before and after here. Before the deal, the jury had to get inside Christopher Cameron's head. They had to prove he actually intended it to be a threat. That's a high bar. But after the deal, the prosecution got a massive shortcut. All they had to do was convince the jury that some hypothetical reasonable person would see it as a threat. That completely lowered the standard needed to convict him. You might be sitting there thinking, come on, it's just a few words. Does it really matter that much? Well, according to the United States Supreme Court, yeah, it matters a whole lot. This right here is the constitutional bazooka in Cameron's appeal. There's a very recent Supreme Court case, Counterman v. Colorado, that is crystal clear on this. The court said that to convict somebody for making a threat, you have to prove something about their state of mind. You have to prove they were at least reckless, that they were aware their words could be taken as a threat and said them anyway. That reasonable person test? The Supreme Court says that's not enough to throw someone in prison for their speech. So that brings us to the heart of the conflict. Cameron's appeal is arguing that a First Amendment right is just too important for a lawyer to bargain away in a backroom deal. That's a right that only the defendant can give up himself. But Florida's response is simple and brutal. It was trial strategy. Your lawyer made a bet to get something he wanted. He invited the error, and now you have to live with it. So when you zoom out, you realize this isn't just about one guy's cartoon anymore. This case is a huge clash right at the intersection of free speech, the internet, and the limits of a state's power in our modern connected world. This all leaves us with some pretty huge questions. If you post something online, can any one of the 50 states decide to prosecute you for it? And can a strategic deal made by your lawyer essentially sign away your constitutional rights? The decision the court makes here isn't just going to impact Christopher Cameron. It's going to help write the rules for how our laws will function in a world that doesn't have any borders.
Well, there you have it. Can everybody hear me? Right?
What'd you think of that, Brenda?
That's it in a nutshell.
And then now I have a full 30-minute podcast for it too. I'll give it to you. You can listen to it. It's a whole argument, them going back and forth. You can interact with it, everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's blowing my mind. Blowing my mind.
So there's your gift that I gave you.
Well, thank you very much. I wasn't even expecting one. How about we call that Sage's birthday gift?
Yes.
All right. Oh yeah, it's just that's what it guys. It's hard to get through the birthdays, the holidays, and when you don't have your kids with you. I just a reminder of memory. It's something to do with the butterflies, Because whenever I see a butterfly, it certainly reminds me of my daughter. And there's a whole nother story that you guys don't need my depressing stories about. You know, it's just weird how, God, puts things in your life to like make you feel better, because it might bring up like a good memory, right? Good memory. I just seen this butterfly today. It was simply huge. And then there was an alligator watching my son's wedding because he had it right on the lake. Holy cow. Right? Josie Bevel? Josie. So that was quite informative. I mean, Darren, if you want to do it now, we could, well, we're riding this all the way to, let me see. It's almost 12 o'clock for you guys, so this is the birthday special. Yay. Yeah, almost. Just a couple more minutes. That's Eastern time. For me, it'll still be another hour. That's it to say. It seems like there's a lot of people coming together. I heard that Allie Carter is doing something at the end of the month too, trying to get everybody to,
Well, I'm gonna have to do. You're gonna have to ride it till 12 because I'm gonna have to do something.
till 12. What do you mean? I mean,
Well, that's 7 minutes my time.
okay, so are we gonna cut it off at 12?
You can go as long as you want, Brenda.
Well, are you gonna be around about 12:30?
I will be sure that you are just fine broadcasting.
Okay, can you set it to cut it off at at a certain time? Like yeah, in a half hour? No?
We'll cut it off at 12:30.
All right. Thanks, Darren. Oh, thanks for everything. I appreciate you. Darren, gotta love him. And like I say this because I love him like a brother. Goodness gracious. My brother was pretty much an asshole, so it's better to have a brother that you can trust. Hey, Debbie, what's up? Debbie's in the house. Man, I was talking to Debbie the other day. Yeah, so it seems to me, you got to take them you got to take them by the kahunas, sometimes. And what you got, Debbie and Chris, is good, so you just got to hold on to it and just ride it right where everything will fall into place. That's what I say, just trust in God. And if you got the goods, because I know I got the goods, if you know what I mean. I'm talking like a gangster now. No, but yeah, it's like life is like a roller coaster, y'all. It's like click 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 click, and then you get to the top, and then all of a sudden it's and then it starts all over again. But just imagine it in slow motion, right? Man, did you get to like take some pictures and stuff, or do some videos when you see Chris? When you see John? That's what I'm wishing. I wish when we would have took some more. We felt uncomfortable taking videos since, we thought, oh, well, they don't like us videoing our children and making little family videos. I mean, God forbid. Can we have some fun? Maybe we're gonna dress up. Play dress up. Oh, I'm gonna be, Robin. Batman and Robin, whatever. Just God forbid. It's just sickening to think. You want to be taking and inviting yourself into somebody else's whole life and say, I'm going to take your life and I'm going to freaking crush it. I'm just going to crush your life. You have no more life. Because what is life without your children? And and especially when you don't know where the hell they are, and they're not even children anymore, they're young adults. So they should be free to do as they would wish, as their wishes were, as they were crying to go home. This is all that we heard from our children. And like I say, I have a tape of my daughter reporting abuse of uh, Child Protective Services, CPS. It was Partnership for Strong Families over there. If any of y'all ever heard of Devereaux, these are places that are across this country: Pennsylvania, California, Georgia, Texas, Florida, and there's even more. Wasn't it? Was it say Pennsylvania? Because there have been, there's been crimes being committed. People were being arrested because of crimes to children at these facilities. Okay. And what is the world coming to when this can go on? And that's why I'm wondering, once in a while you hear this Paris Hilton coming out saying, oh yeah, she knows that there's this abuse going on in these like institutions that they're putting these kids into. And what about us? That's what I'm saying. We're yeah, right. We're sick and tired of it, and it's I get it. We saying sick, and I just want to say, and it is just sick that satire is criminal and taken seriously, and that is the opposite of intent. And that's what I'm saying. So how can a man that has been arrested 13 times go on a bus and stab? Because they know this guy's a criminal. Why is he on the streets, for one thing? But somebody that hasn't ever committed violence in their life, well, let's lock him up for 15 years. I mean, what bizarro world is this what people living in that they think they can get away with this? And that's why I think I was just like, hello, if Trump knew about this, they're doing everything in the world to get Trump not to know about this. Because the thing is there's still people that are picking up those phones when you're trying to call the FBI for help, saying, okay, hello, crimes are being committed here. And when I try to call down there, what happens? I give my information, my name and number, my birth date. I mean, what else? Do you want to know what time I wipe my butt? I mean, seriously. So, and then you tell it to the machine, and then you tell it again to the live person. I mean, you don't have to say your name. I get through a little bit further until they figured out it was, or maybe I'd call from another phone. But what they say is you've been advised not to call. This call will be disconnected, and it says, and then the recording said, that's what she said, and the recording said, it's like, you've been advised not to call. You are a repeated tipster. Oh, really? I'm not giving any tips. I'm making a report, sir. I'm reporting crimes to you, and in turn, you're supposed to investigate these crimes. It's like, God forbid. And then in Dixie County, they're they're investigating the crime against Osteen's. They're supposed to get what, 9 years or something, 7 or 9 years, these guys. And what I understand is they're out. They're out. The same people that wanted to steal my, that was the start of it. That Osteen guy, crimes against my family. He also stole our family vehicle, forfeited our vehicle in 2016 over a little weed. Okay, over a little weed, and they framed my husband. Okay, and God forbid, can we shout it to the fucking rooftops? and that all this shit going on across the country is only going to get worse if you're locking up people that try to advise and give their analysis of how to reduce violence across the country. And that's the facts. And I can, yeah, I mean, I probably have some pretty important paperwork when I have all these proposals that my husband did, trying to get a job with the FBI and Department of Justice. And then all of a sudden they're going to turn around and say, oh, well, you're a terrorist. You're a terrorist because we don't like your films on YouTube. When he's using it as a broadcasting network. And that's what I think of, Quentin Tarantino movies. I enjoy the hell out of them. I mean, they're pretty gory. They're pretty nasty, right? But again, why do you think they make all these Halloween thrillers? It's a thriller, okay? My life is like a thriller, like I say. And a roller coaster is a thrill, right? It's a thrill. The FBI having to deal with the machine is nuts because it can't even recognize the words right. It's just like, really, and somebody advised maybe it was going to be better since Trump is in there, but it ain't. And that's what, like I say, Dan Bongino, is he the head of the FBI now, or either that or Department of Justice? So what happens if the FBI is not doing your job? They usually say they want you always go internally, then you'd go to the Inspector General of the FBI. Would that be the Department of Justice, or is the Department of Justice under the FBI? I can't remember because I know somebody suggested, reported to the Department of Justice. Now, who is, wouldn't that be that lady she's the head of the Department of Justice? She got the dark hair. Can't even think of her name. But, I mean, these guys got to know what the hell is going on here with the kids. They're taking our kids for no rhyme or reason. Just because they can. Just because they want to line their pockets with money, and there's so much neglect going on with the children that they're taking. For one thing, do you ever hear of Stockholm syndrome? I mean, wow, Sorry, let me keep up with the chat. I would love to know what the judge would say why I got Horizon for my son. I have been trying to make my potato soup. Oh, yeah. That sounds good. I haven't had potato soup in a while. Oh, my God. Do you ever have that, what is it? Clam? What is that creamy, maybe it is clam soup or whatever. But it's like creamy, but it had little potatoes in it. My husband used to work at some restaurant over when we were first married. Maybe we're still going together, but oh my God, it's a nice little restaurant. And man, they had the best soup. It had those potatoes in it. Just love it. Lefty socialist progressives are the types to say your truth is nonsense. Yeah, you're 100% on that one, John. And it's just crazy, some of these people that I've been watching. I got on. Do you ever see the Ben Dykes? He's like a veteran. He does like live shows in the morning talking about like current events and stuff like that. He acknowledged my comment when I went on there. I mean, these are people that are getting so many views. And that's why I say we should start rallying up for these people that we think can help us, and our children. Like, I think that guy that's going against DeSantis is Matt the welder. He has a lot of sense with what's coming out of his mouth, and he's going around to these different counties and calling these commissioners out and stuff like that, because that's what it gets down to. When you're in these little towns, it's the commission that's above and controls those monies in the town. So wouldn't you think maybe that might have something to do with, a program that's supposed to help weatherize your home, and then all of a sudden they're in your house and boops, your kids are gone the next couple months come by. And like, what in the hell is going on with this world? If somebody don't see that as a child trafficking ring, I mean, that's what they uncovered over there in Kentucky, right? I mean, this has got to be what's going on in Dixie County, because there ain't no way you're going to try to shut us up so much that you're going to keep locking me or my husband down because we know too much. I believe my life is in danger because of what I know about these freaking nuts that want to commit crimes when they're supposed to be wearing the judges' robes and these police uniforms, but they're not fucking doing their job. And I'm sorry, my language, but it just pisses me off. And it's too bad, because it's the children that are having to suffer. And if you're not a strong enough adult, which you got to be really, really strong to try to get through this. You got to be, boom. You got to be, whew, because all I can say is you got to keep the faith and keep the fight. I mean, we wouldn't want this fight. I mean, they're putting it on us. They're like, oh, here, they're using our children as a bargaining chip. Here, you do this, you do this, you do this, and then we'll probably get your kids back. Well, we seem to be doing pretty fine until you kind of disrupt our whole life, like geez, like to go, holiday times and go out, participate in the events that they have going on. And right now I'm walking, it would take me 5 minutes to walk over to this college right here. And my kids could be going to college and doing like their three siblings did, go to college. But I guess we can't have what normal is. I mean, we that's all we ever wanted in life, is have a freaking normal life. It's normal, I just did you hear that though? There's something called Normal, but it has to do with marijuana. Was that a magazine, Normal, or it was an event? There was a group, I think. Anybody hear that? It was spelled NORML. Ever heard of that, Darren? I think Darren had to go off and do some. Oh, yay! Happy birthday, Sage. Except she can't be happy. I don't see how that she could be happy. Not knowing, what's going on with her family, because, it's very possible they just, they lied throughout the case. So how about after the case? You wouldn't think they could just continue to lie? Like they could tell the children, we're 10 feet under. Or they could tell, oh, well, that's what they say. They're trying to lock us, kept us locked up. They tried to lock me up too. I didn't even tell. I have a new friend, fairly new, a couple months new. And sometimes you just can tell if a person could, have compassion or understand, your story. And, I get to the point where people need to know they better be careful out there, because there's a lot of bad guys in these situations, guys and gals that want to break and tear families apart. And it's just a sad situation. Sorry, guys, I'm not keeping up with the comments here. Yes, it's everyone. Me too. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Brenda, can you have Darren email me your address so I can send? Oh, yes. I don't know. Do I know you on Messenger, John? What if I can you have a pen and you could just write it down right now? I don't care. Who knows my address, my email address, because Maybe somebody might want to say, "Hey, happy birthday, Sage." Maybe she can give me a email. I don't know if she knows how to do that because she does have, delays, and there's certain things that she probably will never be able to do. She probably, might not be able to know how to dial a number on the phone or whatever. Let me see. Okay, so you got your pencil, paper, whatever you got. You got your pen. Usually people use a pen. I have a friend that likes to use a pencil, one of those retractable ones. For me, it always busts. So it's Brenda Cambron, all one word, 91 at gmail.com. It's that easy. Oh, you don't know how to spell my last name? It's right up there on the thing. Oh, and on Instagram, it's Mad Mom. I think it's Mad Mom Cambron on Instagram. I should try to keep the same name so people don't get confused. But I'm trying to share, my stuff on, Instagram and on TikTok and YouTube. But on TikTok, I need my kids back. Kids with a Z. Yeah. I'm just so damn clever. It's probably the like seventh TikTok account that I had since my husband's been arrested. Because, well, initially they took down his account, okay? And then this one guy that keeps talking to us from Child Protective Services is like, wow. I mean, the control they have over these things. They want to say, "Oh, China's going to get all your information," when it's the Joe Blow that wants to knock on your door and take your husband away, that are the ones that are really messing with those TikToks. I'm telling you, they got something going on. Maybe they have something going on with China, right? Jeez Louise. Thought they were supposed to be enforcing the law, serve and protect. I'm sorry, Sorry that, my words offend certain people. Me and my husband are just like comical in nature, just like, you know, sarcasm. Yeah. How about political satire? Yeah. Okay. But I mean, we started it before all this freaking TikTok blue. Come on. Some people might not know. I'm 60 years old. 60. Yeah. And it's, it's a rough world out there, man, but you just can't give up, man. You got to do things that you enjoy. Keep your mind active. Try to keep in shape. Try to eat right. I know it's hard with the eating situation with me, but it's starting to cool down a little bit, y'all. Go on a walk. It's supposed to be good for your mental health. Grow some plants. Have some indoor plants if it's too damn hot or too damn cold outside wherever you are. Yeah, I have a couple, 3 chickens. That's kind of something to keep your mind occupied. Used to have cats, but then, Chris started to get sad to have a cat anymore because Sage and Chris love cats so much. We always had a, cat or two. I mean, then he's like, if I hear that cat whining, it's just only going to remind me of my kids crying, So, okay, so, let me see. Jasmine Lane, her phone number too. Oh, okay. No, where's my pen? I don't know what happened to my pen, guys. Here, I got these one markers for my son because he just got married. I had the special paint markers, and I put "just married" on the back of his truck. I did. All right, let me write this down because I don't remember. You can't shut me up anymore, right? Yes, it's everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna write down that name, Jasmine. All right. What else, guys? Yeah, and you just go to me on Messenger. So Anita is the name of my ex-wife. Oh my gosh. That is out of my mind. And the crazy thing about it, I don't even care if I tell you guys the code to my stupid phone, like the Obama phone or whatever. It makes you put a number in to unlock the screen. And I'm like, well, when I grew up, my address was 926, but I need 4 numbers. So I'm like, I'm just going to put a 1 in front of it, right? And then when I go to work at this store down the road, the store number is 1926. Can you believe that? It's like, what is the? It's so ironic because it just happened, boom, boom, once after the other. It's like, wow. So that's going to be easy for me to remember since I just made that my freaking screen thing. Hey guys, would you like some good news? Yes, I would like some good news. Thank you for the congratulations. I want to let my son know, everybody that's been congratulating him. This is something, it's a big step for him. Yeah, and it's so weird seeing him with a ring on because he doesn't even wear jewelry. He's got a nice ring. She's got a nice ring. And like I say, she had a beautiful dress. And I got to spend the night in this really cool cabin. Yeah. They got some really cool cabins that are on these stilts right out onto the water on this lake. And there's so many gators in there. But there's one in particular that was hanging around the dock there. And it just literally did watch the wedding. It was just like, we got it on film. It's amazing. Oh, do you want me to say it again? You want me to type it? I can type it in the chat. Just type it right here. Let me see. Let me see. It's the world of imagination, right? All right, here you go. Now, I want to put it where you put things so you can remember. Did it send? Oh yeah, it did. How come I don't see it up here? Oh, because I got the chat. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Oh yeah, your son Michael came home. I know, that's awesome. I mean, you got some good news, and Chris and Debbie, you got some good news because you're just getting to see John more and more now. And like I say, that's good. I mean, that's on your way to getting them back. I'm sure they'll start getting visits at your house, and stuff like that. And they just kind of do it gradually for some reason. Drag it out is what I call it. Yeah, so I got some smoked meat. I got some smoked meat, right? Yeah, it was such wonderful food. There's just nobody hardly ate anything. I mean, we ended up. My son was saying, "I said there was gonna be too much food," and he was right. Way too much food, overkill in food. But it was a good time, and they had their special playlist. My son had something cute. I mean, I'll show you the picture of this damn alligator, maybe. Did my email come up there, guys? Do you see my freaking email? Where are we at? Does anybody see my chat? Because it's not even up there. I swear to God, I just sent it. Let me send it again. Let me see. Oh, I think my mouse is messing up. There's a problem. Let's see. It's about that time, right, guys? So, my email is
Happy birthday,
cameron91@gmail.com.
said your mom and dad love you. CPS took you away. Your mom said no way. Of the can she went back to hell for a stink. Dad made a movie. The judge was too moody. Happy birthday.
John wants information on Josie, okay?
Mom and Dad
Going back in the woods.
cage, filling with rage because KPS kidnapped
Girl,
their
it's
little
darn
girl. Your mom and your dad
Thanks for joining, guys.
are
Appreciate it.
so very sad.
Alright. Keep your
Not a
chins up.
day goes by.
Never give up.
Not mentioned,
Chin up.
but
Never give up.
don't you worry, your mom's in a flurry, and giving up isn't in her blood. Your dad loves you so, I'm sure that you know he is locked away, dreaming of the day. All the Cambrons are back together. Happy birthday to you. Your mom loves you too. Your brother has a new wife. When you're back in their life, all your family will be happy.
Will it happen, right? Make it happen.
The Punishers are fighting for you. Your father too. So both of you come home together.
Right. Right, Florida Mom.
Happy birthday, dear Sage. Your mom center stage, talking about how much you made them happy, happy.
Clam chowder. It was clam chowder. I'm sorry, my thing is awesome. Alright, thanks a lot, you guys. I really appreciate it. Alright, have a good one. Alright, hopefully I'm going to be back maybe tomorrow night. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Alrighty. This is Brenda Cameron, and I want my kids back.
I wander around my head feeling lost. It's been so long since I've seen you, I'm so depressed. I don't want to forget you, so I won't rest. This is my calling, this is God's test. I wonder why he chose this road for me. It's hard to think this is my destiny, but God, you the creator, you surely knows. So please explain the journey, let's go. You must have faith, that's all. God will not let you fall. For in the end there's a lesson, so keep the faith, keep on pressing. I think about you 100 times a day. It's no way to keep the pain away. I'm so scared of forgetting your smile, so I look at a pictures of my child. It breaks my heart we lost her so young. We missed all the tender times, can't be redone. Please God, stop the pain, this is no fun. I know that God has the plan. I don't understand who I am. I do know I have the faith to pray to God from any place. Please God, make this pain end. It's a nightmare that should have never been. My faith in you is guiding my way. Excuse me, God, I have to say, give me back my baby, I'm not playing around. She's a piece of my life. I'll do anything for you now.